Hello, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Book Date Session with Gideon. Yes, today we don't have Joyce because she is conducting training. So today is between you and me. So let's do something that Joyce normally wouldn't let me do. So let's do a novel fiction today. So today I'm going to do a book by John Green, The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. So this book is a heart-wrenching love stories about two teenagers who struggle together to get in love, and it really made me cry and my heart out. So it's about love, pain, and grief. So now you know that I'm a unashamedly die-hard romantic. So I like to read all these romantic novels. If you wonder who is this author about, maybe I give you a little bit background. So John Green is an American author, and he actually wrote many books. The Fault in Our Stars was written in 2012. It was a New York Times bestseller in 2012, and um, USA Today list actually list this book as top 10 books in 2012, and also it's the number one fiction books in 2012. Um, in 2014, there is a film adaptation of the book. Um, I think maybe most of you know this book in movie rather than book, but I would say that the book is better than the movie. I like the movie anyway. In 2014, John Green was included in Time magazine as the 100 most influential people in the world. So yeah, and let me show you what he has written so far. So in 2005, he has written Looking for Alaska. In 2006, Abundance of Catherine. Um, in I think 2008, Let It Snow. 2008 also, there's a called Paper Town. I can't find the book this morning. I think I let someone. The Paper Town is quite good. There's a movie based on this book, Paper Town, in 2015, and it was by my favorite um, actress Cara Delevingne. And also 2010, there's a book called Will Grayson. I don't know where I put it. And 2012, The Fault in Our Stars. And the last one that I know is Turtles All the Way Down, 2017. This is a great book, actually. Maybe in the future, if we have time, we can go through this. And if you wonder how to get these books, all these books, you can get it in Book Curve, BOOKURVE Book Curve. I will list it down the link for you. And actually, you can get the books, pre-loved books, less than 10 ringgit. So it's very cheap, and you don't have excuse not to read these books. So what is this book about? So not to go too much spoiler on this book, just want to give very short synopsis of this book. This book is about two young teenagers, um, a 16-year-old girl called Hazel. He's a 16-year-old thyroid cancer patient, and she was forced to go to the support group, and where she met and fall in love with Augustus Waters, another cancer patient. So they fall in love, and they go to a journey to Amsterdam to find some author for some reasons, and they also visit the um, Anne Frank's house in Amsterdam. If you know Anne Frank's house, there's actually a real Anne Frank's house in Amsterdam. So this Anne Frank's house is about this book. It was written there. There's actually a house there. Um, so after the trip to Amsterdam, Augustus um, health become worsened, and he end up in ICU for a few days. And Augustus died soon after that, so leaving Hazel alone. So yeah. So why I like this book? So I think I must talk about why people read uh, novel or fictions. So for me, there are a few reasons. So the first reason most people read fiction is because they like to run away from reality for temporarily. You can go to another world, like maybe 16th century Renaissance area, or you can go to the futures, go to the Mars, um, and no, think that you are in there. So people read fiction usually because they want to be in another place rather than realities. The second reason is because of the plot of the stories. Usually, some of the books, their plot or their storyline are so good, and you can't imagine how they write the books. When I talk about this, I think about Jeffrey Archer or Agatha Christie's. Their plot of stories is amazing if you read about them. And the third reason for me is about how they wrote the books. The sentence using inside the code in the book is so beautiful written. And then I think this is the third reason that attract me to this book so much. So for these sessions, I'm going to read some sentence from the books and to let you see how beautiful this book is written. You can close your eye if you want to, because I'm going to read the books, the sentence from the books. So um, there are one sentence about grief. Grief does not change you; it reveals you. About pain, there's the thing about pain. It demands to be felt. Okay, and about choice in life, you don't get to choose if you get hurt in this world, but you do have some say who hurts you. I like my choice. And about how to face cancer, because this book about cancer patients. Um, Much of my life have been devoted to trying not to cry in front of people who love me. So I knew what Augustus was doing. You clench your teeth, you look up, you tell yourself that if they see you cry, it will hurt them, and you will be nothing but a sadness in their life. And you must not become a mere sadness, so you will not cry. And you say all this to yourself while looking up at the ceilings. And then you swallow, even though your throat does not want to close. And you look at the person who loves you and smile. And about love between two persons. So this is of course, this is a romantic book. So about love between two persons. I'm in love with you, and I'm not in the business of denying myself the simple pleasure of saying true things. And I'm in love with you. And I know that love is just a shout in the void, and the oblivion is inevitable, and that we are all doomed, and that there will become a time when all our labor has been written to dust. And I know the sun will swallow the only earth we ever have, and I'm in love with you. So beautiful written. And this is my favorite, written about the infinity of love. There are infinite number between 0 and 1. There's 0. 0.1, 0. 0.2, 0. 0.12, 0. 0.112, and a indefinite collection of others. Of course, there's a bigger indefinite set of numbers between 0 and 2, between 0 and a million. Some infinities are bigger than other infinities. But guys, my love, I cannot tell you how thankful I am for our little infinity. I wouldn't trade in for the world. You gave me a forever within the numbers, days, and I'm grateful. And the last one, the quote I want to share with you is about the meaning of life. So this is written so nice. So listen carefully. It's about meaning of life. There will come a time when all of us are dead. All of us. There will come a time when there are no human beings remaining to remember that anyone ever existed, or that or that our species ever did anything. There will be no one left to remember Aristotle or Cleopatra, let alone you. Everything that we did and built and wrote and thought and discovered will be forgotten. And all of this will have been for naught. Maybe that time is coming soon, and maybe it's millions of years away. But even if we survive the collapse of our sun, we will not survive forever. There was a time before organisms experience consciousness, and there will be a time after. And if the inability of human oblivion worries you, it encourages you to ignore it. God knows that what everyone else does. That's it. So I hope I let you know how this book is so beautifully written. And if you haven't read the book yet, please get the book. And if you already, leave some comment. Let me know how you enjoy the books, and let us know that you enjoy this session so that Joyce let me do this more often. So yeah, so that's it. Next week we will have a special session. We'll let Joyce announce, and I'm looking forward to see you all again. Bye.